Adeboye, you were saying something earlier on.
Very fatted. No. No fatted, I said.
Good
Hi,
evening,
Joy.
sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, sir. Thank you.
Your voice is looking very much active. Have you fixed it?
Thank you.
Mommy, just God give us
Yes,
assignment.
yes, yes. I'm much
That's a
better
keep
now. Thank you.
doing macaroni. You do not
You're
like
welcome.
Thank
Welcome.
you
you.
like Yes.
Joy, how are you doing?
Yes. Oh, good evening,
Joy, how
sir.
are you doing? Good evening.
I'm better
How's
now.
everything?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good,
Welcome.
sir. Thank you.
Right. Let's wait for some few minutes for others to join, then we kickstart with what we have for today. Good evening, everyone. Deborah, Victoria, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening, Mr.
Good
Francis.
evening. I'm doing great. Doing great. Were we able to read through previous lesson courses we've done to refresh our memory on what the thinking aspect of what we've been doing? At least make a revision of what we've done from week 1 down to where we are, Agile and Scrum. How many of us went through it? And please be honest. As if I knew. So I knew most of us would not even look back, revise what we've learned. Huh? So you just want to keep accumulating knowledge, and you don't want to revisit, retrospect on what you've learned. Great. Extra.
Yes, for me, I think I went through the notes or something. So, yes, I think so.
You're not even sure if it was the note or the video.
No, I think so. I did. I did.
Okay. What about you, Kafilat? Joy, Deborah?
Just the first chapter, because I wanted to wanted to participate in the challenge. So I went through the first chapter. And I listened to the last 2 lectures that we to have a better understanding of what we discussed. But others I didn't check through.
Okay. Okay. At least you tried. Adeboye Joe, what about you?
I listened to the last 2 class videos. That's what I did. The one I was not there, and the previous one, the Friday one too.
Okay. What was the topic? The last 2 classes, what was the topic that you listened to?
I can't remember.
So you see, you didn't even
the last topic, it was actually small. The most of the day you talked about optimizing our LinkedIn on the 90 days challenge. So because you said you finished all the classes on Friday, but actually I was not listening on Friday because I was not really feeling well. But I read the notes.
Okay. What about you, Victoria?
Good evening again, Mr. Francis. So for me, yeah, I can't really say I went through all the topics. I just went through because um I've been mixing like user flow and user journey, road mapping, and all this wireframe prototype all together. So those are what I went through just to understand and to be able to differentiate which is which, to differentiate them from each other. And I also went through the this framework, RISE framework, or
Okay.
how to prioritize MVP features. Yes. So that's those are what I went through. Those are the topics I touched. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nice one. Good, good. What about you, Deborah?
So I didn't really have time to um like go over most of what I usually do is whenever we have classes and the video is being uploaded, I do go over it. Like I don't have to wait till is maybe we have a specific time. So literally I just had a glance through of the videos I was uploaded. That's why I was able to detect what the area I was reaching out to you for. So yeah, but to say I'm sitting down and take it each time to watch each video, no, I didn't do that.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Joy?
So I just resumed classes today. I just came into the group for the first time today and I saw the notice that he said we should read through all we have done for the past one to from 1 to 8 weeks. So today I just came in and I started going through like few minutes ago. I'm
Okay.
in week 2.
Okay. Okay. At least little is better than nothing. But that doesn't mean you should settle for little. So okay. So today, at first they were going to do something different today. First going to ask so far, is there any area where anyone has any confusion you would need clarity on? You can bring that up before we move to what we have for today. Any question from what we've been doing so far? Okay. I will take the silence so it's no question and you guys understood how we've been talking about so far. So today, what I want to do today, I want to do something different. I want to show you guys a product which I worked on and what the future documentation looks like. And in this product, there is doesn't have the user stories like which is the normal way it should flow. I think then I had the issue with the developers and they didn't give rooms to research. So you just have to do what they ask and so there will be peace. So that led to me just working from identifying the target audience and moving straight into what the futures of the solution looks like. So it all came up with both the CEO and the CTO spoke to, we had a meeting and they said, oh, we want this product, this is what we want this product to be doing, this, that, and we need to get this thing ready in 1 month. I was like, wow, in 1 month, this is not even fixable in 1 month. If I'm to carry out research, I should spend 3 to 4 due to the complexity of the product. And you're saying 1 month, when do we start designing? When do I start preparing the future PRD? So in order not to have this back and forth movement and all that, and I just had to go along with what they said. But first I asked them, have you carried out the research? Do you know if users actually want this type of solution? They said yes. They've done their research, they identify the problem. If they are experiencing the problem, definitely there are other persons as well experiencing the same problem within that same geographical location. And I said, okay, there's no two ways about it now. Okay, so I said, okay, tell me, what would the product actually do? What kind of solution are you looking at providing? So when they narrated everything to me, I just had to sit back to take note of the key points and looked at, okay, what would this product look like? What is the solution going to look like? Then I identified the key players in such solution. And since they already made research on the market, they said they wanted to conquer this market. They've already made their market research. They've made their competitive research. They've made, which I know they didn't do, but they said they did. And I said, okay, since you guys have done your user research, you've done your market research, and you've done your competitive research, that means you've done all the research now. They said, yes. I said, oh, all right. I started preparing the documentation. So what I just had to do was to sit back to identify who are the key players here, who are the target audience here, and group those audience into 3 sections. So what the PRD looks like for me, which I used which I prepared and we used to develop that solution. And I'm actually giving you guys, showing this thing for, what is it called? Educational purposes. I'm not saying you should now start taking screenshot of it and start. If it gets leaked, I will hold everyone here ransom. So you just use it to structure the way it looks like. So that's the same way I prepare a couple of future requirement documentation, which I hand over to the designers and the developers that helps them understand exactly what we're working with. So if we're able to look into that, and I would also show you guys what it looks like on the ClickUp end and how I assigned the tasks to the users. So in most cases, you just need to understand some tricks about how you get things done. So, and having that, depending on where you find yourself, you try as much as possible to get things properly documented. So in this particular solution, I did not make use of product backlog, but I had to ensure that at each phase of development, what we are doing is actually clear, and I had to use the ClickUp to make things easy for everyone to do. So I would walk you guys through the product, the documentation, and also show you what the stuff looks like on ClickUp, and you get to see the pending tasks, and you get to see the ones that were completed and how we've been going around it. So I believe this would give you guys the insight on how to structure yours as well if you're preparing your PRD and what it would entail, you know. So Anu, how are you doing?
Hi, Mr. Francis. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm sorry I
So,
joined late. I had to finish something.
okay. So let me share my screen so you can all see. Okay. I should start with this first. All right. Can you all see my screen? All right. All right. All right. So the product name, it's pronounced series. It's more like took some time to come up with this name. I think the product owners wanted this first part, SERC name included in the product. So it was quite demanding trying to fix words together that would make the name sound catching to users. So when you're trying to pick a product name, you have to also put the users in mind. So you pick a name that the users can easily think of, the users can remember. So you don't go ahead choosing names that are hectic to remember. So what inspired this name was the time series videos, you know, and the kind of person I kind of dislike watching series movies. Poor at watching movies. So Esther,
Sorry, sir. I I
Esther,
just
you raised
wanted
up your hand.
to see. Yeah, yes, sir. You said you don't like watching series movie. You don't like WhatsApp status. What do you like, sir? Sorry.
So what I enjoy I enjoy watching football or spend my time on YouTube getting latest updates on what my club is actually doing. So that's the thing. Not really like I don't watch series movies. I do, but I can spend moons watching just one movie. Yeah. I think the last one I watched was Peaky Blinders, and I spent almost a year watching it. I had it in my device, but to watch it was a problem. I think before that, the one before that was Prison Break, and that one was almost 2 years. It took me to watch it. So I get very bad at watching series movies unless just look at this thing is actually occupying space in my device. So let me just delete it. I won't want to delete it. I must then force myself to watch it so I can delete it. So that's just me. So let's say this name was inspired from series. If you were to pronounce this thing, at first you might pronounce it as series. You might think it's a series movie, but this series is more like you having an ease experience, shopping from series of items. So that was what brought about the name series. So, and what was the tagline? Series where cravings meet convenience. That was the tagline. This product is actually an e-commerce product, like I explained earlier on, about how this whole thing came into play. So what was the vision? From what was explained to me, I was able to draft out a vision that the product is an e-commerce platform that provides a seamless and convenient online shopping experience for food, groceries, and other products. And what's the mission? Our mission is to connect customers with their favorite restaurants and stores while providing a fast, reliable, and secure online shopping experience. So now what brought about this product idea was the product owners identified an issue in their location within a certain state that for them to make purchase or access all these resources and groceries, let's say they need toiletries, they have to board on bike and bus before they can get to the supermarket, and that's actually stressful, and before they can order food. So they were far from getting access to all these stuffs. So they saw that as an issue, that instead of they taking those balls, going through all those stress, why don't they build a product that can have those solutions brought to them at their doorstep? So that was what came about this product. And what was the product goal? The product goal was to provide provide a user-friendly interface for customers to browse and order products from various restaurants and stores. That's one. Another was to offer a wide range of products, including food, groceries, and other essentials, giving your users multiple options to shop from. The third one will ensure a fast and reliable delivery of product to customers. So the delivery as also is a goal. And all these could be, if we were to do this, you could actually put all this down. If I'm to put this, I can draft it out to look like the product backlog, just highlighting each phase, and this is what we should do. Now, if I'm to say provide a user-friendly interface for customers to browse about and all that, this is just a one sentence details about this. But if you are to dive into this, you can break this down into series of tasks. That's one thing the product backlog looks like. It's just a one sentence that summarizes what you should do. Then when you break that product backlog, when you take that product backlog, you can now break the tasks down into sprint backlog. And you have those tasks being further broken down onto individual sprint, maybe first quarter, second quarter, third or fourth. So that's it. And the fourth one is to provide a secure payment process system to protect customers' transaction. That's the fourth one. And the fifth, offer personalized recommendation and promotion to customers based on their shopping behavior. Now, this is as a result of algorithm, it's just like TikTok. Okay, oh, I know he's not using TikTok. She's not on TikTok. Let me say on YouTube. Yes, I know most of us use YouTube. So just like YouTube, when you actually consume a particular content, YouTube, let's say you're a new user to YouTube, you consume a particular content. Let's say the content is actually about food, how to cook. YouTube automatically suggests other content in that direction, how to cook, from various users that have uploaded that same similar content. So that's the same way we're looking at doing this in a sense that when a user actually shop on purchase a particular item, the algorithm automatically suggests items when they want to shop again of such interest to them. So that's what we looked at in getting that done, I hope. Okay. Let's say, all right. So here now we have the target audience. So I had to now sit back, since we want to build an e-commerce solution. Who are the target audience here? And for anyone, you could just say it's the end user. The end user is the target audience, but it's not just the end users. There are other key players here. You have the end users, you have the merchants, which are the vendors, those who have the restaurants, and you also need the rider, which is the intermediary between the end users and the merchants. So identifying this, the end users are individuals who use the series website or app to browse and purchase products. You can see it's both a mobile and a web-based solution. It's both a mobile and a web-based solution based on the requirements from the technical team. And secondly, you have the merchants, which are the vendors. If users are going to shop, then you should have the merchants in which the users will shop from. So that's why we have the merchant, which is also another target audience. The merchants, that's the restaurants, stores, and other businesses that partner with Series to sell their products online. And you have the riders, which are individuals who work with Series to deliver product to customers. So a lot of things actually goes on, from the users to the merchant to the riders. And if I'm to prepare the future requirement documentation for this, what the users will be seeing, end users will be seeing, will be different from what the merchants will be seeing. It will be different from what the riders will see. So if you are preparing the future requirement, you will prepare 3 future requirements for these 3 target audience, because they are going to see something different. And on each future, you have different functionalities. So if you are going to look through this document is quite long, but it's well detailed. So giving this to the designer already knows what to do, because you've made the job easier for the designer. And I will show you what that means now. Yeah. So we're diving into this. You can see from here, we've done the vision, this, we are here. End users. If you look at the end user section now, you will see there is the future requirements for end users. you will see it has what? The landing page, the onboarding page, onboarding or login, users dashboard, restaurant and store. I think that should be restaurant and store. Esther,
We can't see what you're
Yes, I
saying.
can't see, sir. It's not showing here, sir.
okay, it's not showing. Well, okay, you're just
Yes,
seeing the
it's only the
end
PRD that.
users.
Yes, yes, it stopped at merchants. And
Okay,
all
that's
that.
the last thing you can see. Are you seeing the future requirements?
Yes, 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 just now.
Okay. What I'm reading here is actually a breakdown of the document, just like the summary, step 1, step 2. That's what I'm reading on the futures, just like you having pages in a textbook, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. That's what I'm actually reading. Yeah. So let's see it here. First, you have the end user. And the landing page is the first page a user would see when you jump on this solution for the first time. So when you have the landing page, what would the landing page, the purpose of this is to introduce the platform, collect location information, and guide users to start ordering. Now, since this is going to be, and this is an e-commerce site, and what we will be doing will be solely dependent on location. That's why this solution would be a location-based solution, whereby when you hop on this, your location, current location where you're currently at, you can make your order and you have the riders deliver it to your location where you are. So since you'll be making use of location to deliver, this solution also have to give account of what also needs to collect the location information of the users. It's either by toggling on their location or they impute the location-based platform on the platform. So from the landing page, yeah, what are the features that will be on the landing page? This is me telling the designer, okay, on the hero section, which is the top section of it, a prominent search bar. Then we have a place order that says, what do you want to order? Enter your address to start. Now, this is where we are requesting for their location. The action, which is, what is the action? When users enters their address and click find services, the system determines available restaurants and stores within that particular location. This is the action. When they click on enter your address, this is what the user would see as a first-time user. This is just the landing page, and it requires a location, just the landing page. So from here now, they are going to click on a button. There's also a button where you log in, sign up, or view service as well. So when you click on that, on the button, now what does the button do? The button redirects you to the login page. You know, just like Facebook, you have Facebook, you have the Facebook interface, login, blah, blah, blah. You still see login with Gmail, or you log in with username and password. That first, when you click on www.facebook.com, that first page it takes you to is called the landing page. And the landing page can comprise of, the login comprises of the login and the sign up. If you are a new user, you sign up. If you're an existing user, you log in. Now, this, when you click on this button, it redirects to the login page for existing users. When you click on sign up, it opens the registration page for new users. So when the designer is looking at this, he knows, all right, the login page should take the users to the login page. Login button should take the users to the login page. This should take the users to the sign up page. And you have those particular pages being designed. And this view service is a shortcut to browse stores and restaurants, and this requires location input. So when they toggle on their location, it provides them with stores which this particular product is partnering with, within that particular location, or nearby restaurants within that particular location, which they can shop from. Okay, let's say this is going to be a long, then we have the categories. Okay, since this is not just, and we have the categories. Now, these categories actually would display 3 categories. The restaurant, since we're not just building solution for just food, we also have food supermarkets where you can get your groceries and all that, and you also have pharmacies. So the categories this solution is working on are these sections. So for restaurants, you will have a different dashboard. You have a different dashboard for restaurants. It's going to look different for restaurants. It's going to look different for supermarket, will be different as well. And for pharmacies will be unique and different as well. So for restaurants, you have all these food vendors and all that. For supermarket, you have ShopRite, you have Everyday and also and so. For pharmacies, you have 24/7 pharmacy, or so based on those who the product will be partnering on. So each category links to the filtered listing page. So when you click on each category, all these are done on the landing page. You see all these designs. The designer would know exactly what to do when you give him or her these detailed stuff. So they will not be the one to beautify this information which we've given to them. And the designs with color depending on what color the product owner wants. So in the footer, which is the base of your page, web page or app, you have links where you see your about us, careers, frequently asked questions, contact us, and terms. And all these are links. So when you click on any of it, that's why when you click on about us on any platform, it takes you to the about us section page where they talk about the product and everything. If you click contact us, it takes you to the contact us page and so on like that. So let's see, you have then, you now have, we are done with the landing page. We're going into the onboarding page. Now you see, the onboarding page would look different for both users. That's depending if the user is an existing user or a new user. So it's the login / sign up page. So if you want to log in, it asks you to log in. And easy way, you also need to put flexibility for to your users as well at heart. Now, if you want to log in, you can easily sign in with Google or Apple Mail. Now, this, once you do this, it redirects you to respective auth flow. So automatic authentication flow. This is more like most of the solutions most of the products which I register with, I barely use login and password. I just make use of I just use the email, which is very easy. If I should just see sign up with email, that's what I'm clicking. I don't want to start thinking of which name or which username or whatsoever I used to register that stuff. So if I'm to sign up, I make use of sign up with email, and every details you need would be filled there, auto-filled. So in the login with email or phone number, you have the fields like email / phone number, password, and you have the login button. And for new users, they will have to fill up their names and all that, except you want to sign up using Google, your Gmail. If you're signing up with your Gmail, you won't have to individually fill all this. So the fields there your full name would be the first name first and the last name, your email address, phone number, state, address, and password, because the solution is location based. So you need to understand this is why I said you need to understand the nature of the problem so you can understand the nature of the solution that will be provided. If you don't take this into account, now you might build a solution, a similar solution like this, and you do not account for the location. To just be roaming here and there. But once you have the location also prioritized in this solution, Then when your users come on board and they click on it, they input the location. It takes them, it suggests restaurants, it suggests services that are within that location. This is why when you shop from your comfort of your home, you could have restaurants that are 10 meters away or kilometers or some 10 minutes drive away from your location, and you can see the distance of restaurants from your location. Unlike where they don't give account to location, and you now have maybe someone now hops in on Chicken Republic and makes payments and ends up that Chicken Republic, you're in Lagos, Chicken Republic is in Ogun State. Before the meal will get to you, even the hunger in you would have left you. So location in this solution is very important. So yeah, we now have the button. When you input all these buttons like sign up, when you click on this sign up button, it directs you to brief onboarding tutorial section where you enter the stores and all that. So using that, now this is where most of the work is, the dashboard. Now you've taken your users from the landing page when they come on your page for the first time. You've taken them from the landing page to the onboarding section. Now, once they click on the onboarding section and they click on login, where would you take them to? You would not leave them in the dark. So you're going to take them to the dashboard of the product. So in the dashboard, what would be in the dashboard? Now, the purpose of this dashboard is to allow users to search for services, discover future stores, restaurants, and navigate easily. Now, what's one tool there in the search box is one, you have the search bar. All this, how this works, you don't need to even, is the designer that will start doing all this. For me, I had no time preparing the wireframe, so I had to make it very detailed for the designer to easily read through and understand what exactly I intend to do with this. So from here, you have the search bar, placeholder, search for restaurant, store, or items, auto-complete suggestion for restaurants, dishes, or categories. So this is where when you're typing something, it's auto-correct, it's auto-complete what your search, and you easily search for it. So in these, you have the navigation tabs where you can shop from restaurants. And when you are shopping from restaurants, it displays all food options. So from there, you have the local dishes, you have the traditional dishes, you have the foreign dishes, this is where series of items are being displayed. So you have, maybe you want to eat amala, wedu, or you want to eat vegetable soup and pounded yam, or you want to eat noodles, or you want to order rice or beans. This restaurant, based on each restaurant, if you have Chicken Republic, you click on Chicken Republic, their dashboard actually has series of items. They upload the items the food which they sell to users. And you have shops depending on which store. Then when you click on shops, that is display stores based on categories like groceries or pharmacies and so on. And we also have the bar, the favorite bar, list the users saved restaurants and shop. That is the list of restaurants and stores the users actually like. To different users, it has different favorite. So this also gives room for that. And all these are in the dashboard. Now we have the category section. And this category section comes in a carousel with options like restaurant, pharmacy, or supermarket. So when you click on any one, it will take you to the individual page, ordering page for each services. So here we have the recommendation, top restaurants there is section with order now button. So it gives you auto recommendation, like you have the top restaurants within that in that product, maybe within that particular service, the restaurant is automatically suggested to you, or a pharmacy, which a top pharmacy, let's say Silver Brothers, they are automatically suggested to you if you're looking within that angle of pharmacy. So depending on what you're searching for, you get this auto section that tells you that suggests such stores or restaurants to you with this button, order now. So when you click on this button, it takes you to the listing page. I believe you are all following the way users are being transitioned from the one section of the page to the end. Hopefully, if you can finish this for end users, I will just show you how I did that on ClickUp as well. So here now, the recommendation popular in your area with cards for trending items. So let's say now they've moved from the recommendation to order now. Now, when you click on order now, it takes you to the store listing page. And how is the listing page done? Here we have the filter. You can have the price range, delivery time, and the rating. These key functions will help you to search for products within your price range with a good delivery time, that is closeness to you, and the rating. This is where we give users the power to either recommend an existing vendor to their fellow users. Now, this gives room to situations whereby when a meal is not properly cooked or not properly served, how do we help our users not to patronize such vendors? So we have the rating, and you now going on this user's page and you find out that this user has a poor rating. You would not want to use such vendor. So everyone would now gravitate towards using a vendor with high rating, and this would put all vendors on their toes so as to give the best service, the best meal or to their users, so they can secure that spot with the ratings which they get on the app. So, and another means of filtering, we have the sorting based on popularity and delivery fees. So, you know, products, actually the delivery fees differs based on location and where you're shopping from. So let's see the cart section. When you click on the cart showing the cart section, you have it shows you a list of stores name, that is the store name. When you click on a particular card for each restaurant, it shows you the store name. Let's say it is Mr. Biggs. It comes out as Mr. Biggs, which is the store name, the image of Mr. Biggs, the rating, and the delivery time. And the button order now would be on the card, the first card for Mr. Biggs. So the designer would know exactly where to place all this. And you can see, I'm not telling the designer that this rating should be on the top right corner of the design of the card, and this one should be on the top left or the bottom. No, I'm just telling the designer these are the list of items, content that should be on the card. Now, the designer, based on their experience, would know exactly where to place each of these contents, each of these features that will be in this card. So they know exactly where to place it. And when they do that, you find out that the items, the design comes out well. And now you have the restaurant shop stores where you add restaurant and all that. So you have the cart whereby they select based on the categories: appetizer, main course. Okay, it should be main cuisine, and beverages and stuff like that. Now the header section for the restaurant page. This allows users to browse menu or product offering and add item to their cart. So from there, you have the header, you have the menu/product section. This The header contains the store name, image, delivery time, and ratings, such as the same as filter, and with you have a button add to favorites. And the menu and product section, you have the categories where you have different varieties of section of what meals. Do you want appetizer? Do you want small chops? Do you want beverages such as your tea and sliced bread, if they offer such things, or meat pie and stuff like that. So you then move on from that. They show you the item name and the price of the service which you want and the description of it. And you have the image of such item, and you have the button add to cart. So when you have the button add to cart, this helps you add this option to your cart. Cart is just like your basket. When you go to the let's say ShopRite, you have a trolley. It's a cart. So when you pick your items, you put it in the cart. It's the same way here. So when you select an item here, it automatically gets dropped in the cart. And in the cart, you have these items being added up automatically. So can you all hear me? Oh, okay. So, all right. So you have this. When you have this add to cart and the item is being added to carts, you have the customization for food. Then it shows you, if you are selecting food, shows you a drop down for size. That is, do you want it one, or you want add-ons, extra cheese, extra sauce, stuff like that, depending on the dish which you're selecting. And after selecting, you click on the button confirm to finalize the item customization. Then you have your cart. Cart is where all the orders allows users to review their order before checkout. And yeah, you have your first order, you have the list of selected items, the name, quantity, and price. Editability quantity, whereby in each section you have the plus or minus. When you click on plus, it increases by 1. If you want it in 3 places, you click on plus again, it increases by 2. And you click on that, it increases again to 3. And you have stuffs like this. Then when you do that, you can also remove items, editability quantity, that is option like remove item or add items. Then you have you can have promo codes, like when you're carrying out incentives. So for those with promo codes, they can easily impute this. And in the cart section, you have what's called the total amount, which would be at the bottom of the whole calculation. Now, after selecting all items, you now have your total amount. Then you look at it, it displays in this form. It displays subtotal. Now the delivery fee would be added automatically, and the final total. So how the delivery fee was calculated, we had to calculate delivery fee based on a flat rate. So we made use of a payment system that if you're buying within this price to this price, you would be paying 300, I think, was it, multiplied by 0.5 or something. So the calculations were automatic, and automated. So once you click on that, the system at the back end automatically calculates the delivery fee for you and find the total. So, and we also gave into consideration, at first we made use of a system whereby it takes a certain percentage of the total amount which you added in your cart section, and we found out that this method would favor those who are buying little quantities, but for those who are buying large items, their delivery fee would be more. So we now had to devise a unified payments way system whereby if you are buying items within 100 naira, which was the least product you can have buy on the platform, 100 naira to 1,000, you're paying a fine of say 50 naira service charge. And when you're buying, just the same way we have, if you go to the POS agents to withdraw money, they tell you from 100 naira to 1,000 is 50 naira, from 1,000 to 5,000 is 100 naira, from 5,000 to 10,000 is 200. Then if you are going to 15,000, 300. So regardless of what you are withdrawing, if you like, you are withdrawing from 12, if you are withdrawing 12,000, you are going to pay 300. If you are withdrawing 11,000, you're going to pay 300. So regardless of the amount you're paying, the service charge remains the same. So that was how we were able to ensure that the service charge, the delivery fee, it's convenient for both the users and buying low quantity of items and the users buying a large sum of items. And the system automatically gives you the sum total. This subtotal is the amount of items you've selected, and this delivery fee is what it will cost our rider to bring it from the restaurant to your drop-off location. And here you have the final total, which now sums up the subtotal and the delivery. All these are done in the back end, and the designer designs all this, but it's done in the back end automatically. Then once that is done, you click on proceed to checkout page, where you now make your payment. So in the checkout page, there are several things that are also considered. Okay. Okay. Several things are also, okay, it's not card. Okay, card/transfer. So in this, you have several things being considered. You have, this is gather deliveries and payment information depending on the means which the user wants to make payment. And you have features like the delivery address, where now you see this would help the riders know exactly where they are heading to. Saved address with an option, add new address for users that, now this add new address is to cover up for users that make payment that wants the address delivered to another location. Maybe they are ordering meal for someone else in another location. So we gave consideration into that. So this address now, if I'm making this purchase, I can easily edit the address where this meal will be delivered. And it's saying, okay, I'm clicking on the add new address button and input the next address or the new person's address where I want this meal to be delivered. Once I do that, the system automatically calculates the cost and everything here. And it gets to the payment option. It's either I'm making use of card payment, card, or transfer. Now, this card involves you making your payments with your card, not like you using the POS, but you put your card details and the amount is automatically withdrawn from your card to your account or to the restaurant and all that. And this transfer, if you're going to make transfer to the details, bank details, which would receive the money and all that, and you click on the button, add payment method. So here you check add which method you want to make payments with. Now, the order summary, which rates item and the total cost. Then when you click on the button, place order, the system automatically confirms the order and the payment is what? Carried out. So here, once you've carried out your payment, you track your order tracking. Now we have the order tracking section. And in this section, it provides real-time updates on order progress. Now on features like what? Order status. Nice updates like what? Ordered received, when the rider receives the order from the vendor, it shows order received. Now preparing order. Okay, sorry. This order tracking. The order received is for the vendor receiving the order. Once they receive your order, you place the order on the platform. I want 2 portions of smoky basmati rice and 1 turkey wings along with chi exotic or Hollandia. When you have that ordered, the vendor, let's say I'm making use of placing this order from what is it called? Craves and More. Anu,
Yes, sir.
Anu, you raised up.
Yes, sir. I saw that you mentioned basmati rice and smoky jollof rice and turkey. Are you ordering for us?
Am I?
Are you ordering for us? The weather is cold, so we need something hot.
Okay. I'm actually giving you guys the order here. So I need the have me platform to actually order. I've actually placed my order. So have me, you can have it delivered to me, please,
I don't
before the end
understand.
of the call.
Who talk this thing? No, no, no.
So
Good night, sir.
okay. So yeah, now we have the order. You've received my order. Add me, have me. You've received my order, and when you start preparing the order, it's automatically changing being prepared. Now, when the order is out for delivery, that means it has been handed over to the delivery guy, and I start tracking. When it's with the rider, I start tracking where the order is, and once it gets to me and I pick it up, the order is being checked out as delivered. So the rider clicks delivered, and it automatically updates on my end that the order has been delivered, and it updates on the vendor's end that this item has been successfully delivered. And we also, in this order tracking, we'll have the life map. Now this displays rider's location and estimated time of arrival. That's the ETA. And the button, there are buttons here whereby you can contact the riders and you put a call through or open a chat. Now this solution would have a chat bot or chat interface where the users and the riders can actually have a chat. Where are you? At this place. Okay, I'm 10 minutes away from your location, and so. And we also have the report an issue. Let's say my item, I received my item in a bad condition. I will just report it here that this item wasn't properly arranged and packaged, and this was the status at which I received this item. And this feedback will be sent to the vendor, and they look at this and either have it corrected or they have it optimized in your next order. So with this now, we move from these to the feedbacks and review sections. Now, what's the purpose of this is to collect users' feedback after order completion. If they stuff like features like rating, if they enjoyed the meal and the service and all that, the item got in a good condition to the users, they click on 5-star rating system. There is 1 star, 2. Now, this rating system is what I indicated here, the system which we'll be using. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, which is an easy system that the users are used to. A universal system which we are all used to, 5-star rating system. Then when you click on the button submit rating, once you've clicked on the rating, you just click on the button, automatically the button comes up like it comes up and you see submit rating, and you click on that, the rating gets updated on your end, and you can also input comments, input fields, share your experience so others can, when they go through your recommendations and your experience, they will look at, okay, this vendor actually did well and this vendor has a good rating. So from the feedback rating, all these are in the dashboard. So you know, Then we also have the customer support. And what does that entails? Like where you provide users with a quick response to issues. When they have an issues, who is their next to call and stuff like that. And what would be in this? We have features like FAQs, common questions about delivery, payments, and refunds. And all these are links. Once they click on these FAQ, it takes them to the link in the landing page that has the FAQ section. And when you click on contact us, it takes you to the contact us page where you can have a live chat or send an email to the management and other issues, option to report missing or incorrect items. So this is also played into consideration when making this stuff. And yeah, the last section on this aspect is the profiles and settings. You know, when you click on a particular app, there's always this 3 horizontal line on the left-hand side of your app. You can click on this. When you click on that 3 horizontal line, you have a drop down of various sections of the app. And when you click on each section, it takes you to the landing page of that particular section and you hover around everything. So that's the way this system is being built. And we have the last is always the profile and setting, which is the purpose to manage users' detail and preferences. Now, in this, the features here includes the profile setting, order history, saved address, wallet, if they decide to change it. And in the profile setting, they can view or edit personal information and buttons like edit profile, change password in case they want to change their password, change phone number in case they misplace their phone number. So when you are building a solution, you need to give your users various options whereby they don't, if you are building this solution now without change your password option, when they misplace their password, that solution becomes irrelevant to them again because they can't gain access to it. So you give them various means in which they can get back to their profile. If you forget your password, you can use your email, you can request for change password, you can change your number in case your number got stolen, you can change all this, and this would also help you to still make use of this solution. And manage privacy like personalized ads, buttons such as on or off buttons when the platform actually gives, when they get access towards publishing ads on their solution. So in the order history, you have stuff like list of past orders with details and reorder button. And you have the saved address. You can either add, delete, or you can either add, delete, edit, and save addresses. Now, the wallets, you have view balance and transaction history in the wallet section. So your wallet is actually, you have your platform wallet, and then when you place an order, you can either fund your wallet or you pay directly from your bank. When you're placing an order, the money is either automatically withdrawn from your wallet to the management, and the management have the amounts for the vendors being sent to them automatically. Then, or you pay from your account directly, or you make transfer. So you either view your balance, you have your wallet, like the platform wallet, and you also transaction histories, which tells you how often you buy and you make purchase of items using the solution. And lastly, you now have the logout button. Now, when you log out, it takes you back to the landing page, which is where you started from, whereby you have to log in again. You see, I've driven you guys from throughout the whole entire process of this platform. And when this solution was built, it had all these details on it. So I've given you guys from the landing page to the logout section. When you are preparing your futures documentation, if you make it this detailed enough, it becomes easy for your designers and your developers to understand what the experience, the workflow would look like when they jump into this solution. They can picture, okay, I'm moving from here, I'm moving from the landing page, I'm moving to the onboarding page, I'm moving to the dashboard, I'm moving to the profile settings, the customer, and they would know exactly how the experience will look like down to the log out section. And doing this, I also prioritize, assign these tasks to the users on ClickUp. Let me show you guys how this whole task looks like on ClickUp. Let me stop presenting this and see if I can do that. Yeah, overall. Okay. Now, if you look at this, can you all still see my screen? Someone should just unmute and say yes or no. But I won't want to leave this particular page.
Yes, sir.
I can see your screen, sir.
You can see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see now. This is what ClickUp's dashboard looks like. Let me close all this stuff. This is, I used it for my personal life as well. So let's see, this is a space. This is the workspace. In this, I have one workspace. This is the company's workspace. This is another product workspace which we're using. So you have workspace. You can create, say, 5 workspace on this, and this is the home. This is what the home page for ClickUp looks like. This is the home page. You can edit this, the inbox when you have any information from anyone or you're chatting. You can have the inbox view, the chats you look at. Is there any recent chats? Here you can direct message to anyone. I can send any of these persons here direct message. This is our chat, and we'll chat here. So this is the chat section. Let me close this back. So you can attach documents to a particular task you want to give to assign to someone or whatsoever. You have the forms, you have the whiteboard. Let's see if we can have that. Now, this one thing about ClickUp is it has already existing templates depending on what you want to do. So it has existing templates you can easily work with. So all these are templates you can work with. You have the forms, you go, your timeline, speech, and all that. So let me go back to the home page and go back to what we have showing you. So you can see this is series team. That is the team working on that particular product, which is called series. So if I click on this, you can see I didn't lock the series team. It's not locked. It doesn't have the padlock like this personal life, which is locked. Now, this one shows that anyone without email that I did not grant access cannot look through this particular space. This is called a space. All these are spaces. So this particular space, and for free users, you can only create 5 spaces. So in order for me to have, and in that 5 spaces, I have different teams working on this particular product. And if I'm to create individual spaces for these users, I would need to become a premium user. So I had to think through, since we can have 5 spaces, which is what a free user actually permits. I have one, which is my personal life space here. And I also have one space for the products which we're working on, which is the series. Now, in that series, I had to create a folder. Now, if you click on this, you can see you can either create a list, a folder. You can either create a list or you create a folder. So in order for me to do this, I created a folder instead. I created a folder, and each folder contains a list. And you are going to see what that is. And this, all this folder, the UI UX, this is for designers, the back-end developers, the front-end developer, the mobile app developers, social media manager, video editor, and graphics designer. These are the teams I worked with. So I had to create individual folders for each of them. And why it's locked is this: anyone in this UI UX is only accessible to the UI UX designer or the core team members that would need to make review on this. Same goes for back end, and anyone in the back end cannot be in the UI UX, cannot have access to this. They would only see the back end folder, which they have access to. For the UI UX, if they should look at it from their end, they will only see the UI UX folder because they have access to it. Why I'm seeing everything is because I am actually having access. I was the one who created it, so I have like the admin access to see all three. So now let's look at this design. When I click on this design, you see I have what's called overall tags. And this overall tags is a list. I have a list inside a folder, which is the UI UX folder. Now you need to make these things structured neatly so that anyone looking at it for the first time can easily understand what you're doing. So I have an overall tags. Now if I should click on this tags, first you see this tags has three. Wait, let me go back to this. You see this tags has three sections in it. If I hover up, you see it has three. And what are the three sections? The to do, the in progress, and the complete. So you can either make use of the template or you create yours. I created mine to make it simpler for me to understand. So I have the list of tags here, to do tags. And if you look at this from the beginning, these are the tags the UI UX designer would do. Preparing the end user mobile app design. You have the merchant website design, end user website design, and riders mobile app design. So let me click on this, which is the end user website design, which is what we did. Or click on mobile app. I think I had some subtags in that. Or didn't I? Let me go back to overall tags. Yeah, I have a subtags here. So in this design, there are two subtags. You can see this arrow here showing two subtags, and it has here two subtags that have been completed. When it's complete, I actually designed it to be green. And who is the assignee? See the person who I assigned this task to. And there was a due date, so for him to complete this task. And if he has any issue, he will just leave me the message here, and I would respond. I get notified that, oh, a message has been sent to you here, and I reply, this is what I come here, I place my comments on the particular task he has done. So if I should click on this subtags, show to close tags. So look at the subtags that has been achieved. These are the subtags in the wireframe login and mockup for key interactions. So these are the tasks which he did. He checked this as completed, so it automatically goes to completed. Mockup for interaction completed. It shows completed. So on this mobile end, let's see. So let me say, all right. The overall task for this, if I'm to do it using list, this is the way it appears on list. If you are using the list format, but I think I enjoy using the list more because it's very detailed for me. But to you, you might like the board format, which is you see your to-do in progress and completed. If any task was in progress, it's going to pop here. So what you just do, you just click it to complete in progress, and it shows here. Let me see this website, if it is the website that has all those so in the website we have three subtags. Show subtags. Okay, these are the same thing, responsive design for both desktop and mobile. So you have all these tags, and all these tags are from the PRD. I actually made use of the PRD to create the tags. And how did I do that? I just, since the PRD is detailed, and I know that what I'm working on now is let's say this. And I know that what I'm working on, this is just a brief go finalize all designs for end users, merchants, websites, and end users and merchants, and this is and riders app. Okay, end user and merchant website, end user and rider mobile app, and branding. This is the goal. So if it comes here, the designer comes here, looks at what is the goal that we need to achieve. And milestone, all wireframes and high fidelity designs are approved and ready for handoffs. Yeah. So we have this. This is just a description of what the task you are supposed to do, your goal should be. So from here, I have okay. These are the 4 tasks that are completed, and you see they have the due date when it was completed here, but here it wasn't indicated here because I didn't assign due dates to this. And how did I set up all this? For easy reference, I just made use of my PRD. So in my PRD, if I'm to design, let me show you guys something else. Okay. If I'm to design, see what it looks like in the back end. Here you have 7. So here you have lists, you have boards. So now these are the lists of tasks here. And if you look at this API call function for the back end, it has 4 subtasks. If I click on this subtask, you see the inner task which this user is, this team member developer is supposed to do, location-based restaurant store listing, and product order section. And in this product order section, there are 2 other tasks in it. Now, these 2 are subtasks to this. So if this person had clicked on this, it will show completed. It would show green. So here now, it's this is the person assigned to this task, and this is the date you're supposed to execute this task. And if you look at these 4 tasks, all these tasks are in the API call functions. These are subtasks in this, and they are all in to do. That's why it's still purple. Now we have the data setup, database setup. It's also a task for this developer. And what's the database? First one, design product schematics. And this actually has its own subtask. And you see for each subtask, there is an assigned user. And for this design schematics for end user, it's also different for merchants, and it's also different for riders. And you see in each of these, there's also a subtask for product, for order, for payment. That's the subtask. And yeah, we also go down to this. Here too, for product, for order, for payment for these 2. And same goes for the other ones. And in these tasks, again, you have the setup, the cloud-based, either you're using AWS, Amazon Wi-Fi Air system or so, or you use Firebase and test continuity, integrate database with cloud storage for scalability. So you have all these, and all these are under the database setup. Notification system, it has just 1 subtask. Set up push notification API for real-time updates. That's on this. And I also did the payment integration. Either we're using set up a secure payment gateway, either using Stripes, PayPal, or Flutterwave. So you see, this is how you stay detailed when you are assigning tasks. Anyone going through this would know that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to start with. So if I want it in a board view, you can see these are all the tasks. So if I should pick this one, I don't want to move this because you get notified. So if I should pick this one, I'll move it to this. It shows that, oh, one task has been moved. And if you completed it, it shows completed. So that's the way you do it here. If you are to also look at this, to also look at the front end, I have the overall task 5 here. Now, what's the description? Build and link all UI components with the back-end APIs. That's the goal. And the milestone would be websites are fully functional and integrated with the back-end APIs. So from here, these are the tasks in progress. Let me give you the board view so you see it clearly. Now, this person has 2 other pending tasks here, which he has not done. And he has 3 tasks in progress. And for end user website development, there are 3 sub-tasks here. So you can see what is the first one. And build onboarding flow, end user dashboard, this and this. Then this is the merchant and all that. These are the sub-tasks. So the merchant website development and the admin page and the completed. So this is the same way it is for the mobile. You can have your task being structured this way. Either you have it once you, so for the mobile, develop and deploy Android and iOS app for end users and riders. Since we have the solution to be in both in web app and also a mobile app, and I also identified what users will be making use of the web app and what users will be making use of the mobile app. So from this, you can see that the riders, the end user, and the vendor will be making use of the web app, and the riders and the end user will be making use of the mobile app. That's why you have here the go develop and deploy Android and iOS apps, because we have to what is it called again? App systems. We have the Android and the iOS, so which is Apple and the normal Android, which we have. So we have this for end users, which are going to be making use of the app, and riders, which will also be using the app. And the tasks in progress here, we have this. Let me give you the board view. So this developer actually worked on these tasks, end user mobile app, these tasks and all that. It has sub-tasks. So if you are using Jira, sub-tasks could mean something else. It could be named something else. So, but you understanding what each of these really is gives you clarity just to know what the terminologies is on Jira. And this, what we have here even in Trello, they also name all these something else. These are called boards, but in Jira it's called cards. I think in Trello it's called cards. Yeah, and in Jira as well it's called cards. And these items, you have your list or folder. In Jira it means something else, but they are all the same. So now if I'm to just go back to the entire board like this, I get a summary, an overview of my work, of the entire tasks in this particular workspace, in this particular space. And these are the list of tasks which I've recently opened. The workload by status, we have 5 in progress and 17 to-dos. If we have completed, we also have completed here too. So it just depends on how I designed this to show me to do and in progress alone. So now we'll also have for you can edit all this. You can edit it. So if you see, I can edit all this. Now let's see. Yeah, now these are the folders that are in this space. Front end, UI, back end, and all that, blah, 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 and all this. So you can customize your card and ensure that my auto refresh is on. ClickUp is just sweet. It's sweet and very easy for you to learn from. You can either make use of you can make use of this, or you use your what is it called, or you make use of templates. You can either you can either customize yours, or you make use of templates. So if I have to add cards, I can add a new card to this, and all the charts we'll be having will be in the chat section. So all charts here has been, you can see, you can either synchronize this to your series team call. If you're having a team meeting, you can either set up a meeting on this platform, you add people, or you import from Slack. So you can integrate Slack into this. So how do you do this? There are different templates, your track tags, where you manage your tags, bugs, people, and more. Or you add document that are related to this. So if I'm to add a document, I'll add this document to this, where everyone can easily see and get what notified on, updated on what they need to do on at each phase. And here you can start up a sync call where you jump on a voice call or video call with your team. So you see, all this you do here, you can do it in the chat box. So you can invite friends into this. You can add people. So I can easily add any of this. These are the teams which we worked with on some sections and all that. So once I add them, they get notified about you have been invited to join team on Slack, and this is what you should do. That is what you should do. On ClickUp. So what are the key quick actions? These are the things I have as my quick actions here. We have open my work, track time. You can either use this. If you have a time base on each task assigned, you can play with all these functions. And there are lots of it, not just here. There's a whole lot of things you can do with this tool, way beyond just what you see. That's just basically what using ClickUp actually looks like. All right. So so far we've looked at these solutions at what we've been doing so far. Does anyone have any question? Does anyone have any question? Okay, Esther.
Okay, sir. Sorry. I have a question. My question is, for the role. Okay, is it possible for us to see through the PRD? That's number one. Then number two, how do you assign tasks to the front end in order to know what they will do, front end, the back end, especially?
Okay.
I understand for front end, for designers, but most times I don't get to understand how to assign tasks to front end and back end design developers.
Okay. All right. So most times what I do, it's once the designs are made on the screen Figma, I devised a means, because most times we have the technical product managers and we have those who are non-technical product managers. So I just don't like all those coding aspects. You can go way more beyond that and also get yourself interested in the technical aspect. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't understand how things work in the back end. So what I do is this. When the designs are made based on the screen, I assign tasks to the front end and the back end based on each screen, because on each screen there's a functionality which needs to be added to it. So I'll give This is what we are going to do for the end users, for the merchants and the riders. So if the designer has designed the landing page, the designer has designed the onboarding page, regardless of how many screens it came out in. So I use that screens in the Figma design to assign tasks to the front end and the back end developers. So because anything they're going to work on would be linked to that design. So understanding that the front end designer actually needs to add functionality to that to the design being made. I just use the screen. This is what you are supposed to do. You work on screen one, you work on screen two, you look at it. Once they look at the screen, they know, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do here. You either do that, and I've been using that, it's been productive. You either do that, or you simply take your PRD, which is what you have here. You can impute it on your chat GPT and instruct it to detail the task for you. In as a newbie, you just let it know, okay, I'm new to this system. I want you to break this PRD down into tasks for the front end developer and the back end developer. Read through this and do not because ChatGPT can be tricky sometimes. You put that prompt there that it should make use of the content and not add or subtract anything. Just make use of what and break down these tasks for me to the front end developer and back end, and it will automatically make use of read through the PRD and break down tasks for you at each phase for the designers and for the developers. So once you have those things, you can easily just pick out the first tags and impute it there, assign the front end, pick out the next one, assign it, or you use the screen pattern. If you don't have the technical experience whereby you start speaking in technical terms, but you also need to convey your message to the developers because you'll be working with them. So you either liaise with the designer. When each design is made, you read through, you review the design before handing it over to the developers to start working. And you already explained what the solution would look like to the back-end developer. The back-end starts preparing the database sets of what everything, the whole functionality, where they will get the APIs, where that would link the design from the front to the back end. The back end will start preparing the design based on their understanding of the solution. This is where it comes into the based on the understanding of the solution, they start preparing the back end stuff. So the front end as well, you can also do that. So with your AI tool, you can break these tasks down to the front end and also to the back end, and you just impute those tasks into the ClickUp or your task your project management tool, and you have your users reading through it, and your team actually sees, okay, you've been assigned to this, any roadblock, you get notified and you move on towards solving that.
All right, thank you, sir. So please, can we see other things that should be part of that should be in our PRD? I didn't know features requirements should also be there. So if I was thinking it should be on another separate sheet or so.
I think what I had here, based on the solution, what I have here is just the futures requirements here. So if you're to add up, I said at the beginning of this stage that there was no room for the research. They did the research by themselves and just told me this is what the solution should look like. So if you now carry out your research, you would have your user story in the documentation. You have your user stories, you have your problem statement, you have the proposed solution, and using your JTBD, you have your user story there. Before you now have you have your target audience, before you have your future documentation. After that, you can also have your technical documentation too. So in this, writing the terms of technical documentation is not here. So just a brief This is just based on the development phase, neglecting the research aspects of things. So do you understand? So if you want me to show that one, I have to now start looking at another product which I've worked on, then bring that out to teach. And what if these people catch me? Would I tell them that Esther told me to bring out other features? Will you bail me out?
Okay, sir. So I think for us as your students, we should have like a template on the feature requirements. Then we can now write for a particular product, so we can know.
Templates,
Yes. For example,
templates.
like one of our products, we can use it as a template to write a requirement, so we can know how to do it in real life. Because yes, I understand you gave us this, we saw it, but it's not compared to when we do it together. We understand it better. For me, I feel that way it's better for us to understand.
And the template, you guys will develop the template yourself, because you make use of all these apps. So you can pick out one app, one solution, and you read through, okay, from the start, we have the landing page. What are we seeing in the landing page? You look through, okay, this is what we see here. You take notes of it. Or you can as well, this is where AI
I
product
think the
managers,
PRD, sir, I'm talking about the PRD itself, not
huh?
feature. Like the OPRD, can we have like a section, for example, the product vision, the goals, target audience? Can we have something like
Okay, okay, is that what you,
us?
oh, is that what you were talking about?
Yes, as so that it will guide us on how to go about it in real life when we are working on a projects in real life. And
Okay,
how we can go
okay.
about it, especially for me. I didn't know how to write technical requirements and all that because it's new to me. I don't know the stack. Is it Python we are using? Is it which one are they even talking about? They're always talking about different things. React, JS. So I didn't know
React Native.
those things. Yeah. So
So
if we go through it, I think it will be fine.
regarding the technical aspect, what tool they want to make use of, you have to communicate with your developers. You need to ask them, okay, what software would be best suited for what we want to develop. If it's React Native, it is JavaScript, if it is Python and all that, they would let you know. Yours is to just communicate to understand the terminologies of what they need to do. And if they are going to make, are we going to make use of payment gateway? What payment gateway are we going to use? It's their field. They would give you more details, better understanding of what solution, what software they would use, and you need to understand why they are using that solution. Why are they choosing Flutterwave? Why are they not using Stripes? Is it as a result of the payment plan? Is Stripes cheaper than Flutterwave? Is Flutterwave more expensive? What are the pros and cons to it? So in those aspects, the best way you can learn about the technical aspect of things is to learn from your your developers. They would give you the details about what that thing should look like. So you now learn from them. Okay, this is what we are doing. This is how this thing is. What is this? They call it GitHub repository, GitHub space. Do they have GitHub environment? What is GitHub for? Is this where all the codes are being made? Is this where they write out all the codes and they have the front end picking up this? APIs, how do the back end prepare API? Do they make use of any tools? These are the things you learn from the technical team in themselves. So they will be the one to tell you, okay, this is what we're using, this is why we are using it, and this is how we want to achieve this solution using this thing. Is that clear? So regarding the template of how to prepare the documentation, I think I would need to work on that and see if I can come up with a single template. But most times why I don't enjoy giving out templates is you guys will just stay stuck to that template and you will not want to think outside the box, and maybe you are presenting these things. These things are actually flexible. That is one thing you should note. These things are flexible. You don't have there is no perfect way you can align all these things. What you just need is you giving out guidance and instruction to your teammates in the best way which they can understand what your message is. When you're starting off with this thing, you start off with your product name, the whatsoever. If you have your tagline, you start off with that. The problem you guys identified, you can see from the document I had where I explained what the solution and the problem looks like. Let me see if I can. The product visions and what they aim to achieve. It's more like the problem saying it's an e-commerce that provides a seamless and convenient online shopping experience. So this actually, you just outlined the problem statement. And with this, I would have done all that. But with this, since the whole thing has been done, you just need to know what is the problem statement. Since you'll be carrying out the whole research from the scratch, you look at the problem statement, you look at the user stories. What is your proposed solution like? What would be the vision and the goal? Before you now go down to, all right, since we've been able to, who are your target audiences? We've been able to check out on this section of research. Let's now move into the development aspect. What would this solution, what would be the features of this solution? Will this solution be a web-based solution, or will it be a mobile app solution? Or will it be both? You can see from this solution, it's both a web-based and both a mobile app. So you can have that correction actually made. So regarding the template, I will look into it and see if I can draft out one that would guide you guys as well. But that doesn't mean you stay stuck on that. You can evolve using it from what you do. What I just encourage is to just look for a way that you can best communicate and have it addressed to your team. So, and I noticed one thing regarding the LinkedIn. Most of you do not follow, you are not actually following the institution. So you have to follow the institution. Then when you are tagging the institution, it gets the color, actually they get the tag notified, and they get the notification on their end that so on that. So your tags doesn't appear white. And I think I updated the tags in the template I left in the group. Just the tag should just contain the Lip School and the Lip School Africa, the two Lip School, and you can also include media. Let your tag just be 3 so they get notified. So I believe you all understand that. Any question from anyone?
Please, attendance.
Attendance. Yeah, take a snapshot of everyone.
Yes, attendance.
Yeah, taking. Okay, I think that would be sorted out soon. Yeah, let me also take a picture of those in this class. Okay. Yeah. So, Anu, when are you going to deliver the basmati smoky jollof rice and
Mr. Francis, please, I beg you, the name of God. You're the one that mentioned this thing that made me hungry. We should be asking you this question. You're the one you're the one that owns the product. Please, I beg you, when are you delivering it to my house? Should I send you my address?
No. The item will get lost along transition.
You see that? Is that how your app works?
Yes. It's always
Bad
sensitive
market,
to users.
bad market.
No, I have users that are very generic. They know
Oh
what they
wow!
want.
So I'm not your target audience.
No, you are not my target audience.
You see this life now. I said it that you did not rate me. It's obvious. Can we all see it here? It's very obvious.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Like
Hi.
Victoria now, I know Victoria would not ask for big portion of smoky basmati rice. She would just
Look
want
at
one
that.
to have the rika. Esther, no, Esther would not even use the app. She enjoys cooking. Same goes for Kafilat. Yeah, no. So I already know my target audience. I think Joy is my target audience. She does not she doesn't order too much. So once in a while, I won't run bankrupt. Well, Anu, you and Ayo, you guys are not my target audience. So
What have we done to deserve this, Mr. Francis? What have we done?
don't worry. You've not done anything wrong. You've not done anything wrong. So I think they would have the attendance posted. I've taken snapshot of those in class. So even if it's not posted, I will update that on my end and see. So any questions so far?
Yes, Mr. Francis. I have a question.
Okay, what's the question?
Just all these the product requirements and every other detail, how do we put it on a portfolio? If we are to like create a portfolio, how do we put our work on that portfolio? I think it's quite complicated for me. Unlike social media manager and the rest, UI UX designers, they have like a way of putting their pictures, like a link to their work for product manager, since ours is more about um
Intensified research.
intensify research. We have to write a lot, documentation here and there. How do we put this together in a portfolio?
Okay, it's something you can easily do. There are existing templates for product managers, which you can just make use of, and you simply put in, just pick and drop here. And if you don't, you can make use of your AI tool, saying you want to build up a portfolio, a product manager portfolio, and you need it to guide you through each section. So you can just suggest, all right, this is what should be at this section. You can also watch audio videos on other professionals on how they structure their portfolio, guide yourself through each phase, and you know that, oh, if you are building a portfolio using Canva, Canva has its template. So what you just need to do is to just pick out, if it's your product solution, you pick that out, you put it in there, you switch the question, the image, and you do all that editing. So with AI, doing things has now been made easy. With AI, getting things done as a product manager has now been made easy. You don't have to sit down for weeks trying to carry out research. You can actually do these things within the snap of a finger. And that's what AI product management is all about. And if you don't embrace it, if you don't utilize it towards becoming more effective at work, and you neglect AI, in time, you would become irrelevant, because these tools actually help you get things done very quick. Okay? So most of these things, how to get these things done, you can use that. You can get this thing done within 30 minutes using AI. So what you just need to do, when the issue there is, how do you prepare the prompt that would make AI give you this answer to that you deserve? Because AI can be funny sometimes. You just need to structure your prompts. When you make your prompts direct, clear, and has some kind of emotions in it, though it doesn't have emotion, AI doesn't have all those features. But when you make it real, as if you're having a conversation with it, it tends to give you the almost perfect answer that fits into the solution, the question which you've asked it. Then you also ask it to rate that thing, review the solution to know if the answer it gives you align with your expectation. Are you getting me? Before you now take that thing up and to build it and to add it to your portfolio. So it will definitely tell you, okay, this is how you can do it. When you now watch some series of YouTube videos, you now gain clarity and visuality of what you can do with it. Okay?
Yes, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So most of the upgrade will be done personally, where you do your personal studies and you learn new things on your own. You should be able to learn new things on your own and look at, okay, how do I make use of this tool? If I need to use Jira, if need to use Trello, if I need to use ClickUp and all this, how do you learn to do all these things? So you need to make those personal studies in order to upgrade yourself. So I believe the attendance has been dropped. So you can click on it, and I think someone should send this. There's some student in this class. Okay, I know is here. Sorry. Ayomi was here. Yeah, she's here. She missed her. So just Esther, can you kindly copy this list? And who else again was in this class that I missed? Deborah. Okay. Deborah, Ayo, and who else again wasn't here? Okay, you know what you would do for me, Esther? Kindly copy this link and send it to me on WhatsApp. So I would send it to those who opt out from the class, because I know once I send it to the group, everybody will feel it. So I'm going to send it privately.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. See you guys on Friday and have a lovely weekend. Anu, I'm still waiting for my package. Oh. Don't let me
Mr.
sleep on
Francis,
it.
do you stay in Lagos?
Me? I'm
Do
a
you stay in
mobile
Lagos?
museum.
You're what?
A mobile museum.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's why you cannot get the food. Bye.
No. Esther, you can
When
see
you are
what
in
she's doing
Lagos,
here.
then you can ask for this. But as long as you're not in Lagos, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
No. I can be in Lagos the next day. I can be in
The
Lagos
next day,
tomorrow. Just
I would have traveled.
yeah.
I traveled
Okay, you want me
every
to
day.
come to Lagos tonight? Okay, I'll
No,
be in Lagos by
okay, no problem.
11:11.
Once you're in Lagos, just let me know.
All right. I will let you know.
Okay.
Please, class, you guys should bear me witness. So,
You said tonight. If you're not in Lagos tonight, then it's over.
no problem. All right. No
All right,
problem.
so have a good night.
You too. Bye, everyone. Do have a
Bye,
wonderful
everyone.
evening.